Scorer.
Pradeep boxer iPad.
Yeah, back there. You have to stay there. Can't go far. Otherwise, streaming now. Streaming will go.
टाइटंस ओर से टाइटंस बैटिंग कर रही है, ठीक है। और
मैं सेंटर कहता हूँ बाद
सोशल ग्रुप
Okay.
म्यूट है ना अभी
Good boy.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to our second match in the best of three finals. The first over has been bowled and the score currently is 3 without loss. Uh, Let me show you the teams. Jared Seaford is about to bowl his first over, second of the innings.
That means he's number one, buddy.
that's okay. It is a lens stand.
Hey, who won the toss?
So Halifax CC won the toss and they elected to bowl first. Titans are betting. The second over is about to begin. take a look at the bowling team. That's a nice ball first up. That's a close one. Looked like an easy single, but there are some overthrows. And Hardeep will cross over for his second run. Jarrett has been on target this morning. 2 balls right on target. Earlier in the season, he struggled a bit, mainly because of the size of the pitch. Our pitch is a little bit smaller, but looks like he has adjusted well. And that's the first wide of this over. Teams are pumped up. Earlier this morning, I asked Halifax CC how many matches we will get to see, and they were unanimously of the opinion we'll get to see 2. Titans, however, were not very sure. Some of them said 1, some of them said maybe 2. So let's see. The teams surely are pumped up, as are their supporters. It's a cold morning right now. And that's a wide down the leg side. There's 2 wides in a row now. That looked wide, but not signaled by the umpire. Must be close to the uh, outside edge of the pitch. Not a wide though. The batsman could have reached it. And that was on the spot. Well defended by Hardeep. It's pretty cold today morning as well, but it's much better than yesterday. Yesterday was freezing. That was the last ball of Jarrett's over. Not a bad over at all. So after 2 overs, Halifax Titans are 7 without loss. So let's take a look at the bowling lineup. That was a quick changeover. So we are into a third over. That goes high in the air. Fielder is coming under it, but it fell just short of Jarrett. And the batsman survived. It landed right in the middle of 2 fielders, Zishan and Jarrett. Both were converging on the ball, but it fell safely in between the 2 fielders. And the batsman ran through a single. Satya with a cautious start. And that's wide. In fact, that's a no ball. It landed outside the pitch. So the rule is if the ball lands outside the pitch, it is called a no ball. Cautious start by Halifax Titans. Bit of a fumble there by Zishan. Normally has pretty safe hands and is a good fielder. Very athletic. It's a cold morning, and it would surely hurt if you try to stop a fast ball. In comes Sunny. And that's another wide down the leg side this time. Earlier today, in keeping in view the weather, both teams were warming up uh, pretty nicely. They spent quite some time doing some warm-up exercises. And that's a short ball. Nicely deflected by uh, Satya. Chase to the boundary, but the ball stops just before the boundary line, and the batsman scamper through for 2. We can also expect some music today. And that's edged down to the third man, safely fielded by Jarrett. The batsmen take another single. Looks like the batsmen are becoming impatient now. They want to score in boundaries. They've been getting away with those edges so far. Let's see what they do now. Sunny's generating some nice pace of a short run up, much shorter run up. But he's bowling well, right on target, save for a couple wides. Bowling has been generally good. That's the first biggie, and it's way over the boundary, closer to Robbie Street. And for the first 6, that's a huge hit. First boundary of the innings, and that was in style. 6 on the leg side. And at the end of 3 overs, Titans are 21 without loss. They've caught up with the average. The first 2 overs were a little slower, but this one did go for some runs. A couple of edges, a few wides, and a 6, and suddenly we see a run rate of 7. Jared to ball his second over, starts nicely. The running has been good so far. They're trying to take advantage of every ball. Just tap and run. If the ball is not there to hit, just tap it and run. 3 or 4 singles plus a boundary easily takes you 8 to 10 and over, which is a really healthy average. I think they should be, and that's flicked away to the leg side. No fielder there, and that's 4. That was beautifully played off his legs. Stylish shot. So after a slow start, Satya is slowly finding his range. 6 of the previous over and a 4 in this over takes him to 14 of 12. What seemed a slow start, 1 run of 8 balls, has quickly turned into 14 of 12. It's nice bowling. They've kept it pretty tight when the ball has not been wide. It's been on the good length, not giving the opportunity to the batsmen to free their arms, except for a couple of boundaries. Normally it's been up there on the off stump, good length, and the batsmen have taken the singles of that. Some width there, go straight to the fielders, no run. That's Titans, I assure you, with the music. And that's a short ball pulled away. That will be another boundary. 4 runs. So Hardeep in the action now with his first boundary. That was short, but not fast enough. And that was an easy hit for the batsman. Titans accelerating quickly now. That's slightly on the leg side, takes the pad, and they're on the leg by. 32 without loss in 4 overs. So that's the scorecard. Hardeep on 9, Satya on 15. The first over from both bowlers was pretty tight, and the batsmen were cautious too, but the second over has been taken for a few runs, both from Sunny and Jared. So will we see a bowling change? It is going to be Daksh now. This will be interesting. Spin on the offer now. Daksh has been one of the most consistent bowlers in the league. Let's see what the batsman strategy will be for Daksh. Are they going to play him out or are they going to go after him? It's certainly going to get interesting this over. That's a fast flipper from Daksh, but a bit on the shorter side. Easy for Hardeep to negotiate. Now comes Satya. So Daksh bowling to Satya. It was tossed up and a huge heave across the line. A rather ungainly heave. The ball was nowhere near the bat. Much better length from Daksh. Beat him all ends up. That was on the leg stump. Played away on the leg side and the batsman will take 2. That's clever batting. Oh, that was wide. I thought it hit the pad. But that was just wide. So that would be 3 runs of this ball. So here comes Harshit to take over the commentary for a while.
Thank you, Khurram sir. We have a really amazing game on our hands right now. The Titans batting first. They've already scored 36 with the 5th over in progress. Oh, that's a really good ball. Pitched it full. The batsman didn't have any room. He tried to play it straight into the bowler's hand. So yeah, the both teams look really fired up today. I was watching the Karens guys a couple of days ago. Everybody looked in really good touch. And I think the addition of Sunny, the main fast bowler, might be a really good thing for them because they have been missing out on one fast bowler throughout the season. Sunny missed out on 7 weekends of cricket after injuring his finger. And yeah, Titans, as always, they looked in good touch. Their openers are doing a really good job right now, making a really solid platform for the batsmen who are about to come. And that's a really good double.
4:30,
Zabidara, Titans are really off to a really good start. So after 5 overs, Titans are 40 without a loss, going at 8 and over, which is really good considering this is the first game of the weekend. And looking at the conditions, Titans they might be on a track for a really high score today. Satya and Hardeep posing a really good partnership. So Jared been taking off and Shadab coming in as the first replacement from the pavilion end.
वेपन को बिठा है पीछे रेडी करने तैयार करने के लिए कितने व्यूअर्स है हाउ मेनी व्यूज
फिलहाल तो कम फेसबुक पे भी पोस्ट किए
हर्षा ये लोकल गैस का जूस का सच्चा सॉरी
कितने व्यूज आ रहे
गैस
हैं
का रीडो ना टाइटंस फेसबुक
Okay,
పేజ్
Shadab
ఫాలో చేయండి మ్యాచ్
has
ఉన్నది
been a really good bowler, really good medium fast bowler.
యాక్సెస్ ఫేస్బుక్
Always sticks to his basics, line and length.
ఫేస్బుక్ మీద ఉందా యాక్సెస్
Doesn't make too many mistakes
స్క్రీన్ సోషల్
and
లో
doesn't give the
చూస్తుంది
batsman too many room.
మీ ఫేస్బుక్
Usually
పోస్ట్
he comes about after maybe 10 overs. The umpire wants him to the middle of the innings, trying to put pressure on the batsman. But today he comes in on early. Uh, was a bit of an edge from the batsman,
సచ్చా మధ్య మధ్యలో స్లో బాల్
created by
చేస్తాడు
Fahim.
చూసుకో
And as you can hear behind me, the Titans, the guys are looking really cheerful. They're happy. They really like the start that these guys have given to them. And Titans have a really good batting lineup that's about to come. There's Dinesh Gadam, there's Nandu, there's Harsha. Everybody in that team can hit the ball out for six. So a lot of hitters to come. And Titans, they're just now trying to create a platform for them. So when they come, they don't have to, you know, stick around. So they're just looking to come and go for the hits.
sometimes you won't want to shoot it, that's fine, most of the time you are. There was some good
Oh, that was a good call by the batsman, saying no for the second. Shadab has been a really good wicket taker for the bowlers. Oh, just over Daksh's head.
actually
That was almost a Yorker.
eh? Live stream थोड़ी delayed है ना तो commentary उसका
Yeah.
हाथ में होगा
So Shadab trying to pitch it up. It was a bit full, almost a Yorker, but a batsman made it a low full toss and hit it over mid on, deep mid on. Where Daksh tried to catch it but couldn't get his hand to it. So there's a bit of fielding change. Daksh coming on to long on. Another easy single. Batsmen are happy with the one.
in hitting mode now his head is going away when he's hitting that's a bad sign
Quite windy today. So the bowlers, the fast bowlers especially, will
way falling
get a really good advantage from then from that.
he just needs to stay there and hit big yeah head position is very important huh? Head position is very important to watch just getting impatient
So Satya playing on 20 of 19 deliveries and Hardeep 16 of 18. Both the batsmen doing their job really well. That's a close miss.
score
And
40
after the over, it is 47 for no loss. End of the power play, and Titans have managed to stay on the crease without.
आखिरी बॉल ही है रन चाहिए ना
Yeah, so they've managed to stay on the crease without losing any wicket. And on top of it, scoring at a really good pace, scoring 47 of 6. Daksh coming back in. Daksh starting off seventh over. End of power play. The field has been changed a bit. You can see three fielders on the leg side. Field has been spread out. Oh,
See?
a bit of flighted delivery. Getting just a tad bit of bounce. The batsman not able to play it. Try to tries to swing it and misses. Starts off with a dot. Another short pitch ball.
Wide. Come on, it is a wide.
Oh, the batsman and everybody outside there were looking for a wide. The umpire says no. Another flighted delivery. It's the inside of the bat, just for a single. All right, last weekend, the first game of the Division 1 finals, it was the same teams. Another flighted delivery, full toss. Oh, just falls short of the fielder on long on. Gets another single. So yeah, these two teams battling the last time they faced in the Division 1 finals last weekend, where Titans managed to clutch a win, an easy win for them. They stayed calm. It did get a bit exciting towards the end when Titans they started losing wickets, but all in all, it was a really good game for Titans. They were cruising. The batsmen were playing it safe throughout the innings, and Nandu just came in and finished the job. Playing with an injury, everybody could see that last weekend he was struggling a bit. Anything short that he would try to go for it was a bit difficult. And oh, that's a missed chance by the fielder at cow corner. The fielder runs in for the ball and drops it.
Oh, that's
Oh,
huge.
that's a huge chance missed by Cannons. So now there have been two missed catches here, two missed opportunities. First in the third over, with Sunny bowling and Jared just didn't have his mind in the game, didn't see the ball, and the ball lands right in front of him. And this one, batsman trying to hit it, couldn't get it over the boundary. Was an easy chance, but put down by the fielder. Let's hope this doesn't cost them the game. Shadab coming back in. Amazing fast bowler. Really economical. He's a wicket taker bowler. So after 7 overs, Titans finally reach 50, 51. The fielder was Abhi, I guess. Yeah, the fielder was Abhi. He's a single, just taps it onto the offside. Have been really good with the ones and twos. All right, Hardeep on strike. Destructive batsman. He's already hit two fours. Oh, another full delivery. Batsman just chips it off over the fielder. Abhi collects it for a single.
He's playing for you.
Oh, good length delivery right on the pads.
Might have taken the inside edge.
Rambai says it might be an inside edge. Maybe. It's quite difficult to see from here. But yeah, there was a really good ball onto the pads. Could have been a chance there. That's a really tight line and length by Shadab. He's the bowler that a captain can rely on. Will come in anytime you want him to and will perform anytime you want him to. Another really good ball, just missing the line there. Going outside leg. Fahim picks it up from the boundary. And umpire calls it a wide. So that was three wides. Nice and easy running between the wickets. Oh, the batsman charging towards the bowler. Misses it and hits on the pads. Another dot ball.
Singles, singles.
Time and again, Shadab has proved himself to be a really good bowler here on the commons.
Over 5 runs వచ్చినాయి already 4 balls.
Comes in with the ball, pitches it on the right spot. The batsmen have no chance to play it. Very deceptive bowler at times. And that's a really good ball. The fielder, the keeper, and the bowler, they're all appealing for it. But the umpire is not interested. They're claiming it to be a catch. But I guess the umpire thinks it did not hit the bat. There was no edge. And yeah, it is getting quite a bit cold here. It's windy. So last ball to end the over. Shadab, another really good ball, another near miss. The batsman is trying to defend the ball, was nowhere in the line of the ball. And really good keeping by Steve. So after 8 overs, Titans are 56 for no loss. Still no wickets for Cannons. The batsmen are trying and not making any mistakes so far. They have been successful in that. A couple of drop chances by Cannons. So the new bowler being brought in is Fahim. He's been a really good all-rounder for Cannons. Comes in handy with the ball and bat as well.
Of course, he's coming in. So
Kind of a medium-ish bowler. Has a really good shoulder. Tries to hit the net. Has a really good short balls. He can try and deceive the batsman with them. He's taken quite a few wickets throughout the season. The captain brought him in. So let's see if he can get some wickets here. Being brought in early, just after 8 wickets. And a short ball to start off. The batsman trying to pull it. Only hits it as far as the 30-yard circle. Only gets a single. Another short ball. Edges it. And that's a really good catch. Easy catch. Easy catch by Medweb, who's the captain for the team. Batsman tried to hit it and to cut it towards third man, but didn't get too much of the bat on it. The ball goes a bit high and an easy catch. So Fahim with the first breakthrough for Cannons. In the first wicket, Satya goes for 23. The new batsman walks in, Dinesh. And what a form he has been in. So one batsman goes out, another destructive batsman comes in. Two really good batsmen on the crease. So yeah, after 8 overs, Cannons getting their first wicket. Let's see if they can keep this rolling from here on. And it is quite windy here, so it was really well judged catch by Matt, who doesn't really make any mistakes in the field. Short of length, fielder in the deep collected for a single. So Dinesh comes on to strike. And that's a good length ball. Good ball. So Dinesh getting off the mark with a single. So Hardeep is playing on 21 of 25. He's been here on the crease for a while now. Let's see if he can hit the ball. Another single. The ball stopped right in the 30-yard circle. So last ball coming up for the over. And after this over, Khurram will be back again with you guys and to guide you through the next few overs. And that's a dot ball. Really good bouncer, as I said. Fahim is really good with short balls. So Khurram will be back again. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Harshit. So Titans are 60 for the loss of one wicket. Shadab comes into ball again, and that's punched off the back foot. Abhi misfields slightly, giving the opportunity for the batsman to take a single. Yes, Rona, this we still have to wait and see whether this will be a big boss show again from Dinesh Kadam. He started off really nicely, just looking to punch the ball through mid on or mid off to get a single. And normally, when he does that, that means he's setting himself up for a big innings. Here comes Shadab again. Some problem with the run up. So he stops, turns back. Okay. It's so windy that the scoreboard just fell on its face. Back up, and in comes Shadab and beats Dinesh. That was a peach of a delivery, outside, slightly outside off stump, on a good length, but really reared up suddenly. We have seen a few balls really jump up from the surface. Shadab is another bowler who's bowled really well throughout the season, has been really miserly, bowled well towards the end. He rarely gives away any runs in the last few overs that he bowls. So Halifax CC seemed to be holding back the Titans a little bit. They started slowly, Titans did, and then they started to score heavily, but then Daksh and Shadab and then Fahim have brought things back somewhat for the Halifax CC. That was a good shot. Fielded well at the boundary. The field is well spread now. Hardeep is looking to hit. Dona wants Shadab to bowl 3 more wides. That's not happening, Dona. Shadab is too well seasoned for that. He's one of the most accurate bowlers, and that was a good ball. Hitting the pads. There was an appeal, but the umpire was not interested. Again, there seemed to be an inside edge on the pads. Danny making his intentions clear. He's going to go after the bowling. If the ball is there to hit, he will go after it. Last ball of Shadab's over, and that was tapped for no run. And Amit is here with some eggs and some balls. I don't know what the eggs are for, but we certainly welcome the cricket balls he's brought in expectation for the third final if it happens. At the end of 10 overs, it's 64 for 1. Windy and chilly out here. Fahim to bowl the next over. That was a nice first ball. Okay, Fahim balls again, and that's hit well. Cut away well for a boundary. That's cut away again. Sorry, there was a fielder at the boundary line. That's fielded well by Grant. Throws it in, but the batsmen take 2. Fahim has been consistently bowling on the shorter side. That did get him a wicket, but the batsmen are now looking to a short ball, and that was maybe it slipped out of the hand. That was a full toss, sort of a slow full toss. Maybe Fahim tried to bowl a slower ball. The batsmen were not able to take advantage of that though, and it's just a single. End of the over. It's 70 and 11. Let's take a look at the scorecard. Satya batted well for his 23. Hardeep is batting really well so far on 26, and Dinesh looks to is now is looking to open up. He's on 6. Good bowling by the Halifax CC bowlers. Other than the 2 overs that went for a few boundaries, their bowling has been pretty tight. They have missed a few opportunities in the field. The ball landing between the fielders, or the fielders not showing intent to go up to the ball to catch it on the boundary line, and then there was one dropped catch. But overall, their fielding has looked sharp, other than a few blemishes. It is really cold out here. You have to experience it to know it. Zishan comes into ball now, and the first ball is a wide. Zishan has been one of the finds of the season for Halifax. He was playing last year as well, but this season he has really blossomed into a very useful all-rounder for them. He was instrumental in winning them a few matches in the Dio Cup, and that is where he was, based on that performance, he was also selected in the provincial squad. Played some good innings there as well. He's a useful right-arm bowler, just takes a couple of steps, but bowls pretty accurately. Intelligent bowler. His start is shorter than where the umpire stands. That's a big hit. That's a big one, and it's out of the ground. Hardeep finally finding the timing that makes him such a good hitter. And this time, his head wasn't falling away when he played the shot. He waited for the ball, and he launched it over the cow corner for a huge six. That ball was also pitched up, inviting to hit, but you have to get your timing right because there are two fieldsmen waiting on the boundary for just the type of shot where if you miss, they will catch it. Good ball by Zishan, another single by Hardeep. Score goes on to 79. Here comes Ishan, and that's nicely played. Just deflected to short third man for a single. End of the over, and it's 80 for 1 in 12. In T20 cricket, they normally say that the score you have at the 12th over, you should normally be able to double it. So we are looking for Titans to score somewhere in the range of 160. However, lately, the last few overs, if you have wickets in hand, have yielded a lot more runs. So 170 or 180 might also be on the cards depending on how these batsmen fare. 160 certainly is on the cards. 10 and over in the remaining 8 overs will get them to 160. Change in bowling. Abhilash comes in, bowls to Danny, who drives it for a single. Danny's been timing the ball well. Uh, he played two excellent knocks last week to take Titans to the Div1 trophy, and he started in the same vein today, timing it really well. Not playing his big shots yet, but looking to find his timing. That was a good ball by Abhi, and the ball bounced suddenly in front of Glenn. Wasn't able to field it. The batsmen go through for a single. The ball does certainly rears up from the ground. If it hits an uneven spot, it could be dangerous sometimes. And Hardeep launches another one, this time straight over the head of the bowler for a huge six. He's moved on to 40 now, and he's currently looking the danger man. Was a ball badly by Abhi, was a good ball, but Hardeep made launched it straight. The next ball is shorter and cut away beautifully, and the fielder's running towards it. And fields at the boundary, throws it in. The batsmen get two. He's batting really well now, seeing the ball big, hitting it well, and he's timing it well too. He's hit some big sixes today. And that's another great shot from Hardeep. This time straight, but very well fielded at the boundary. Was it Andy? Oh, Jared. Yeah, that was Jared. So at the end of 13 overs, Titans are 92. So they scored 12 in this over. So if they keep going at 12 and over, the next 7 overs can fetch them 84 runs. And that would take their total to well over 170. So currently it's 92 for 1 in 13 overs. 160 certainly is on the cards. What do you think would be a good score against this HCC team with some really good batsmen in it? I think anything over 160 would be a good target to defend for Titans. That's oh, what was that at the boundary? That was a very hard hit shot from Hardeep, and Jared looked like he wasn't trying to catch it. He was just trying to block it from going over the ropes. Hit his hand really hard, but I did not see him try to catch that one. That was strange fielding at the boundary. That's another big one, and this one clears it. That's a six. It clears Daksh's fingers by about 12 inches. It did look like for a moment that it was coming to his hands, and that's Hardeep's 50. A very, very well played 50. Very well played innings. He's been timing it really well, and he's taking up a notch here. Nicely played after his 50. And this also brings up Titans 100 in only the 14th over. So they are looking to tee off here. A big score is on the cards if these batsmen stay around for a few more overs. We could see a really big score. Meanwhile, Danny continues to just knock the ball and take singles. He's timing it well though. This one was crashed straight to the fielder who misfielded. Maybe he was surprised by the pace with which the ball was hit. And Hardeep goes for it again, and it's even bigger. That went really high, and it's a big six, launching straight into the baseball diamond. And we see some dancing here. उधर जाके करो dancing. भंगड़ा उधर डालो. Harshit showing off his bhangra skills, but he refuses to come in front of the camera. Would be interesting to see. He's got some skills. He's got some moves. But he flatly refused to come in front of the camera. So if you want to see, if you want to enjoy his bhangra moves, you have to come down to the ground to watch those. So at the end of 14 overs, it's 108. Okay, Sunny comes in to ball again. He has balled 2 overs before. First over was really tight. The second one, he was hit for a few. Denny a bit careful with the first ball. Sunny got it right in the block hole. No run. The umpires for today's matches, for the first match today, the umpires are Neil and Kiran. So they have been our most consistent umpires this season. Uh, we have a good umpiring pool. And that's been launched over cow corner for a huge six. This time it was Danny who picked up the ball and launched it over the boundary for a huge six. That was big. Hardeep hit some big sixes. This one was up there with his sixes, and it was pure timing. Effortless shot. And that was more brutal, but equally effective. This time it's over long off. Jared could only watch it sail over his head for a six. That is some hitting. Looks like the Titans are determined to wrap it up. Maybe they are feeling the cold too. They are determined to wrap it up in the first match of today. That will be historic if they manage to pull it off in the first match. This one was short, and this is cut away towards the square boundary. The ball just stops short, 1 meter from the boundary, where it is fielded well by Glenn, but the batsman managed to. So Danny's looking to cut loose now. Played some really good shots. One was pure timing, the other one was brute force, but equally effective, and then a delicate cut. And that's another shot, but this time it falls just short of Abhi, and they take a single. Some might argue that he already has hit two sixes and double from this over. They already have about 15, 16 runs in this over. Why go for another one? But then if it's there to hit, you got to hit it. If it's in range, if it's in your range, you got to hit it. And that's another big one. And this time it's Hardeep. They are brutalizing Sunny, who hasn't bowled really badly, but they are really informed today. Hardeep and Dinesh both. They are launching everything over the boundary. You ball it up there, they hit you straight. You ball it short, they hit you on the leg side or the off side, showing their full range of shots. Excellent batting performance so far by the Titans. And they are quickly on to 130. So my predictions of 160 are looking really low at the moment. With 5 overs to go, Titans are 130. So 10 and over takes them to 180. But the way they are going, I won't be surprised if they get to 200. They've scored 60 runs in the last 4 overs. That's an average of 15 runs an over. That's been some amazing hitting both by Hardeep and now Danny, who is showing his range of shots. And finally, they spurs the Halifax CC captain to bring on Daksh again. Daksh has been their go-to bowler. Let's see what he can do. At the rate Titan players are going, Hardeep and Dinesh, this would be an interesting over. Should be an eventful over. Here comes Daksh. That's a shorter ball, but it was on the offside. Cut away nicely by Danny, but just a single. That was good first ball. Daksh has a tendency to ball some of those flippers, which are really fast. So they take off after bouncing, and they are really hard to hit. But that was tackled well by Danny. And Hardeep goes for it again, and that's a big six again. It just missed the benches on the leg side, and the ball is on the road. That was a big one. Shadab is after the ball. Looks like the cars. That was a big one. It's 137. Hardeep on 70 of just 44 balls. He has been brutalizing people after the ball. He's timing and he's hitting them well and he's hitting them far. That's another single. It is sort of an anticlimax when they hit the ball for a single now. Comes Laksh again. And it's tossed up, and that's a really good ball. It spun away sharply and it bounced. The batsmen were nowhere near the ball. Sorry? Hey. So if Titans win this, that's it. And that was hit. Then he was trying to hit it hard, took the outside edge, but fell just short of Fahim. Fahim dived forward to catch it, but just missed it. He took it on the bounce. It did look for a moment as if Fahim was going to catch it, but it dropped just short. Hardeep survives, and the next ball he hits away to the deep cover. Grant dives, and Grant might have hurt himself here. Grant is on the ground. I hope he's okay. He's still on the ground. Might have hurt himself. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not Grant. It's Jared Seifert. So Jared dived there to stop the ball, but must have hit something hard on the ground. He's still on the ground. The players are gathered around him. Yeah, yeah, it does look like he's hurt himself a bit. They're taking him out of the ground. Looks like he's hurt his leg because he's hobbling a bit. Overall, seems to be okay now. Better, he's walking by himself now, so it should be okay. Maybe just when he fell, he must have knocked his knee hard on the ground. Just flexing his knee now. Seems to be okay. Yep, he's walking off the ground without support, so that's a positive sign. Let's hope he's good enough to ball his remaining overs. But for now, we see a replacement coming in. Yes, Rona, it does look like Hardeep is in line to hit 100. He's been doing really well. 73 of 46 balls. There was a time in the initial overs when he was trying to heave across the line. His head was falling away. But since then, he's improved his timing a lot. He's focused on his timing. And now, when he's hitting, his head is stable and he's hitting them a really long way. When you're batting, there really comes a time when you just feel you can hit everything out of the ground. But you need to keep your head. You need to look at which balls you can hit and go after only those balls. Unless it's the last few overs when you're looking to hit every ball. So if you stay there and if you find your timing, you are more likely to get more runs. Okay, so we are back. Abhi's continuing to ball. Hit hard by Danny straight to long on. Daksh comes into field. Just a single. That was a shorter ball, and Hardeep cuts it well, and it goes through Sunny's legs there. That was a rare misfield by Sunny. Went straight through his legs, but the ball was pretty slow, wasn't able to reach the fence. Stopped just inside the boundary, and the batsman run through for a double. And this was up there again in the range for Hardeep, who picks it up and deposits it over long on for another six. Hardeep is just dealing in sixes now. Waits for the ball and then launches it over long on or long off or cow corner, wherever he seems it needs to go. That was timed really well. Wasn't a bad ball again, but it was pitched up. And this time it was shot, and that was a missed stumping. Steve totally failed to pick up the ball, and that was a missed stumping. That might prove to be a really costly miss. Hardeep was way out of his ground, and that's more drama on the other end. And this time, Danny is run out. Hardeep hit it straight towards the bowler, who ran a few steps to his right, fielded the ball, but Danny was way down the pitch by then, and a direct hit meant he was always going to be out of his ground. So drama on the field, resulting in Danny's wicket. But Hardeep is still there thanks to the missed stumping by Steve. And Danny comes out. An awesome knock by Danny. But when Danny comes out, in goes Nandu. So there seems to be no respite for Halifax CC. Titans does seem to be the stronger team out here right now. Halifax CC losing their concentration a little bit. Their fielding has not been up to the mark. There have been a few dropped catches, a missed stumping, and this might be the change Halifax CC was looking for. That was well bowled. Hardeep went down the wicket, had a huge swing at it, but missed it completely and was bowled comprehensively. That's two wickets in two balls, and now it looks like Titans are self-destructing. They are just going after every ball. Hardeep was batting so well, an excellent knock by Hardeep. So, unfortunately, Dona, you won't see 100, but has he done enough? Nice batting, Hardeep. And Amit is here. He will take you through the proceedings for the next few overs.
Good afternoon, folks. Beautiful day. A little chilly at the Commons, and what a start already Titans are off to today. 150 for 3 after the end of 17 overs. Two big wickets of Danny and Hardeep in one over. Will that stall the chase, or not the chase? Stall the big score that we were hoping here. Oh, Nandu comes back and first ball hits a six. Fantastic batting. Nandu continuing his form from last week. First ball of Daksh comes in, facing his first ball, hits for a six over mid wicket. Lots of dancing going on here with the Titans fear contingent here. You can see their players already doing Bhangra in hopes of basically a victory here and taking the Div1 Cup. But the game still only half done, not even that much. Still about 22 overs to go in the game here. And second shot, he goes over the covers and hits a beautiful shot. Ball's going towards the boundary and Zishan stops it, throws it back to Daksh. It's 2 runs there, adding to the total, making it 158. The body language of Cannon's players here looking a bit off today. Needless to say, after the kind of score that Titans are going after here, can do that. Next ball to Daksh, bowls it up. Nandu cuts it fine. Glenn stops it. Easy single there. That brings Sandeep Gola to the strike. Sandeep will be taking a guard here. Face his first ball. Some nice southern Indian music going on here on the side. From Pradeep tells me it's from Kuddu. Kuttu. Oh, the dance form is Kuttu. Oh, that's a good faster ball straight to Glenn, and they sneak in a quick single there. Titan supporters here cheering and saying that was a good single there. Most of them have their hands in the pocket and they're trying to keep it warm. The temperatures are around 10 12 degrees today, but the wind is around more than 40 overs. And that is out of the ground. Hit in the mid wicket. Nandu Slok sweeps it outside the off, takes the ball and hits it almost to the Amera oval. Matt Webb digging that ball out from the woods, throws it back. That is a huge six. Ominous signs here for Cannons with the score creeping up to 166. Wow, wow, wow. What do we have in the cards here? We have a 200 here. Anything is possible here. Next ball, beautiful ball. Nandu gets beaten inside edge. Steve Smith completely misses that ball as well. Ball goes in the back and they take an easy double. Daksh finishes his spell of 4 overs, I believe, for 41. On Daksh's standards, going over 10 runs and over, I'm sure he'll be disappointed, but we're looking forward to come back and show his skills in batting. With that, the score moves on to 168 after the loss of 3 wickets. We got last 12 balls, last 2 overs to go. This is going to be an exciting finish here to the first innings for Titans. Jared is nursing a knee injury. I've been told it's not that serious. He's just resting right now. Feeling the ball in the cover there. He just slept and he just slipped. Sorry, not slept, and was able to recover quickly. Just resting out there. That first ball, Sandeep kind of taps it to square leg, and they run two. Funny, the fielder from mid wicket ran all the way to grab that ball, and so did the short mid wicket fielder. So Titan using their gaps really well today, and making the most of the opportunities that they've been getting. Abhi again to Sandeep, and he hits it up in the air straight to Glenn, who takes an easy catch. And that is end of Sandeep, who didn't stay long. And Titans lose their fourth wicket in last 10 balls. All you could do is go for it. So that is what Sandeep was sent to do. And the new batsman walking in is Ginu, known for his unique batting style. As I indicated last week, Ginu is a bottom-handed player in the sense he holds his bottom hand on the top and the top hand in the bottom. That's why I call him a very unique batsman, but is capable of hitting some long sixes. That brings Nandu back to the strike. 4 balls left here. He'll be looking to get at least a couple of sixes in these 4 balls. Next ball was a good ball outside off, but Nandu taps it right to the cover and they run a single. The shoulder injury from Nandu seems to be all healed. He looks to be in good touch. Pradeep is shaking his head here, sitting next to me, saying that he's still injured, but it doesn't. Nandu is not showing any signs to the opposition. Ginu taps that outside cover and punches it, and that will be an easy two there. Grant fields the ball, throws it. However, batsmen easily run two there. That takes the total to 173. Next ball, Abhi to Ginu, and Ginu swings at it and misses. Ball number five, same pitch. Oh, and he taps it up in the air to mid wicket, and they cheek in a single there. That wasn't where it was intended to, but a run nevertheless. That's a decent over by Abhi. A very, very decent over considering, the last few overs going for so many runs. So that brings us to the last over of the game. Titans are 174 for 4. We got Nandu on, we have Gino in strike actually, facing the last six balls, which will be bowled by Shadab. Shadab will need to use all his experience and to make sure Titans doesn't go over, which is already a very, very good score by now. We see a chat here from Shravanti saying couple of sixes Titans. Let's hope Titans are able to hit a few sixes, and Cannons will hope that Shadab bowls a very economical spell here, or ends an economical spell here by bowling a good last over. First ball tries to stop. The big cheer from the crowd. I don't think there was any intentions of Mankard there, but each Mankard in Halifax Cricket League now is being cheered a lot. Big smiles all over. Shadab's back at it again. Bowls and he clean bowls Gino. It's a beautiful Yorker swinging in, and no room given to Gino to swing his arm. And Shadab continuing his economical spell. He's only given 16 runs in 3 overs. Comes back and bowls a perfect in swinging Yorker and gets the dangerous Gino out back in the pavilion. That takes KSK to the strike. Titans need to really be smart here. They're already off to a good score. They got Nandu batting on the other end, who's in prime form, who's one of the top scorers of the league. They simply need to take a single and give it to him and let him finish this. 5 balls to go. They would hope they can at least get a couple of boundaries in there. Shri looks very excited here. Earlier, he's in a he's in a party mood, hoping his party is from the last weekend continues. There goes Shadab again to Shri Kaushik. Oh, and good ball outside off is completely beat up. That is very, very smart bowling by Shadab. Takes the ball and still trying to keep the shine on one side. Cannons will be hoping he continues that way. The same time, Titans would be hoping there would be a few boundaries at least to end this mammoth score that's already been put on. Oh, next ball is a full toss, who's nicely stopped by Shadab, who takes it and runs KSK out. They really had to go for it. Being a last over, there was no choice. Gotta go for it. KSK looks a bit upset, but the reality is here, last over, you don't have much opportunity to stay on the crease, but go for it. So 3 dot balls in the last over. Who would have thought after the kind of start? So we do have Auntie here. Actually, he just came to cheer the Cannons. Auntie, as we known as Auntie, always brings us breakfast for the provincial games and takes good care of us. She's here with the coffee, and she'll be looking forward to seeing Cannons finish strong here. Oh, next ball is a beauty, and Nandu just chips it away over Fahim's head for a boundary. So the much needed boundary this over comes from Nandu, who moves on to 22 of only 6-7 balls. and that takes the score to 178 with last two balls to go.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Two balls to go. Shadab to Nandu. Bowls it up, and Nandu smokes it for a huge six in mid wicket. Wow, wow, wow. And that takes Nandu to 30 of only 8 balls. What a finish here. What a finish for Titans. We are having some technical difficulties where the score is not being updated. Um, Sorry about that, folks. There's just a quick technical glitch there with the score. Last ball, and Nandu hits it to the mid wicket, and Harsha tries to sneak in a double. Andrew runs right to the stump and take the bails off. It's a dead ball, and that takes Titans to a mammoth score of 185 after the end of 20 overs. And we're gonna look at the scorecard here. Umpires and the batsmen walking in. Nandu finishes it at 29 of 9 balls. Great finish. Fantastic finish, taking the score to 185. That is the score. As you can see, any score to have a score of 185 has to be openers giving a good start and then continuing to score. Hardeep Singh, as you can see here, showing his class and making a crucial 81 of only 51 balls. He started slow. He only made 20 runs of 20 balls at the start, but what a comeback after that. He unleashed and showed us his six hitting skills in the second half of his innings. Good support there by Satya at the start. And then, as you can see, strong finish there. Danny giving a good support in the middle order, continuing his good form from last weekend, and then Nandu finishing it off for them. Something to note, 17 extras. You know, that Cannons would be pretty upset about when it's already a big score. It'll be very, very interesting to see how Cannons go about this chase. Let's not forget they are a game down. This is final two of three. The third finals only played if required. And Titans have already won the first final. And they'll be looking at right now with the trophy in one hand. They will have a very, very strong case here to become Div1 champions here as well. Titans contingent looking very pumped and very happy here. I can see them here from the commentary box. The opening bowlers are all gearing up there to bowl. You know, Satya is guiding them. Satya showing his experience, guiding them, showing them where to bowl, the lines and length. The batsmen just warming their hands up. We can see a little bit of nervousness in the Cannons camp there. Big support here for Cannons as well. And their family and friends have all come in and they're all trying to support. We're looking at, you know, the Cans crowd there. I can see Andrew padding up there. I can see Dutch padding up there. It'll be interesting to see who goes into bat and opens for. And finally, we get a view of the commentators here as well. The commentators box, thanks to our cameraman Kurumbai and Harshit, for doing a fantastic job covering this live streaming here. As you can see here, the different camps, the Canon camps here, and a good view of the ground there. A beautiful commons, one of the best grounds in Atlantic Canada. Right center Halifax, located very close to the downtown. Got a few nice skylines here that are going to be coming up. And we will take a 1 minute pause here and we'll get back in about 2 minutes when the Cannons batsmen are out to chase 185.
Yep, just waiting for the teams to come out. कब है? Pause हुआ है? क्या हुआ है इसको? Thank you for sticking with us, viewers. We are about to start the second innings. The chase looks like a really stiff chase. 185 in a final is by no means going to be easy. In fact, it's 186 that they have to score in order to win. In another couple of minutes, the chase will be on. It's really critical for HCC to get off to a flying start. And with Dakshin and Ryu going in as openers, that is likely. However, in a final, the scoreboard pressure itself becomes significant. So they have to go at around 9.5 and over right from the beginning. And with the people over, take the run rate over 10, and that is when you start feeling it psychologically and you start trying to hit too hard and you start to miss even the balls that are there to hit. So let's see how HCC goes after this chase. The first few overs will likely indicate how this is going to go.
కౌశిక్ బాల్స్ బ్యాగ్ లో పెట్టేసేయండి ఆ బాల్ బాల్
Hmm? Umpires are heading out to the ground. Titans fielders are having a conference. The opening 6 overs are going to be really important. One of the umpires is on the ground. You will see him shortly. Neil Patel is heading out to the ground. Kiran is just waiting outside the boundary line, trying to finish his snack. Well, you all know what snack he takes. So the fielding team is heading inside now. Please write your predictions if you think Halifax Cannons would be able to go get off to a flying start and give a good competition to Titans, or maybe even chase the score, or whether Titans will take it home in style. They have already won the Dio Cup this year. They have won the Div 2 trophy. The umpires are now inside, and the batsmen are headed out. The fielding team is second innings. The chase is about to begin. We've seen some really exciting innings so far from Dinesh, and especially from Hardeep at the end from Nandu. Batted really well. A few good overs at the start, and we might see that Halifax Cannons chase might already be sinking. But a few good overs at the start from Halifax would surely see them getting closer to the target, and then it's anybody's game. In cricket, you can't say till the last ball is bowled. A few good performances by Halifax CC batsmen could see this target being chased down. Though Titans are known for their bowling, they have some uh, excellent bowlers in their lineup. Surfroz, who normally starts the bowling, has been pretty tight up front. He will start the proceedings from our end. Harshit will be scoring with me. Will periodically jump in for the commentary as well, and we will see Amit soon too. Old. Well, it's so windy, you would soon see our camera crashing. Uh, the stream is a bit delayed. There it goes. So you see the effect after it has happened. Luckily, it survived. No problems, but that was a stiff breeze that came through the ground. You need to set it up. We're just setting it up properly. Meanwhile, the match must go on. So Harshit getting the camera in order. And the first ball is being bowled, and Andrew goes after it on the bounce to Nandu. So we are back. The camera has been set up again. The tripod still does seem to be a bit tilted. We will get it fixed soon. So let me fix the camera and I'll be back with you soon. Okay, we are back up. So the camera stream is now looking pretty straight. And in the meanwhile, Halifax Cannon suffered their first loss. Andrew was caught by Nandu off the second ball that he faced. And Cannons are in early trouble, one for the loss of one wicket. In walks Glenn. Glenn is a strong player of his legs. He likes to sweep. He's a powerful sweeper of the ball. He has a good sweep. Uh, this early on, there's only one fielder on the leg side, so plenty of opportunity for him to showcase his shot. Let's see what Surfy does. Watchfully played. That was a good ball. Bounced pretty nicely from a good length. That's nicely bowled again, but umpire signals it as a wide. Must be way outside the off stump. The batsman slashed at it but missed it completely. Nicely bowled again. Glenn is playing that tentatively. Cannons cannot really afford to let a few good overs through because the run rate will climb steeply. However, it's still very early, the first over. Daksh is still there. Hasn't faced any ball. That's good ball on the leg stump though. It looks like taking the bat. Have to wait for the umpire signal. No signal. Off the bat. Glenn gets his first run. So 3 so far of the first over. 5 balls gone. Last ball coming up. Daksh to face his first ball. Oh, slash and a miss. That was a good ball at the good length outside the off stump. Swung away a bit, and Daksh missed it completely. End of the first over. It's 3 for 1. And the umpire just informed the scorer has gone to the Now the second over of the innings. He'll be bowling to Glenn Hook. It's an offside heavy field. Four players saving one on the offside. And now Harsha has been pushed back to the boundary. He's going to the cover boundary. We have a slip. 3 men on the leg side. Just 1 man out on the off. And as expected, the ball was a bit short on the offside, punched away to that deep fielder. That's another slight pulled away towards long on, and the batsman scampered through for another single. Satya to Glenn now. Again, slightly shorter, sufficient width for Glenn to cut it away. Again for a single to the boundary fielder. Harsha fields and throws it in. HCC dealing in singles right now. And this time Daksh goes for it. It's up in the air. Nandu getting under it, and that is the end of Daksh. The scoreboard pressure telling on HCC, who lose their second wicket on 6. 6 for the loss of 2 wickets, and both openers now back in the hut. HCC looking to be in trouble right now. Out goes Daksh and in walks Grant. Grant has had a really good season as well. He has scored at a brisk pace and has been scoring a lot of runs. Just the man to walk in under these conditions. The pressure really beginning to tell. The ball wasn't there to hit really, but Daksh knew he had to do something, so he went after it, but did not time it right, and it ballooned up on the offside. And Nandu, safe as ever, one of the best fielders in the league, almost never drops a catch, and he took it safely. 6 for 2. First wicket for Satya in this match. And now they are packing the offside field even more heavily. It's a 7-2 field now. In fact, it's the slip has been moved away. Good consistent bowling by Satya. 7 fielders on the offside. One of them is on the boundary. 6 close in. No chance of a single on the offside. Just two fielders on the leg side, Shri and Akash. That was a good ball. Slash and a miss from Glenn. We're not bowling to his strengths. He likes to sweep, likes anything that is on the middle and leg stump, but he's not getting there any. So at the end of 2 overs, it's 6 for the loss of 2 wickets. Another 180 to get in 18 overs. So it's already over 10 and over. 181 to win. That's slightly over 10 and over for the remaining 18 overs. Firoz to continue. He bowled an excellent first over, just 3 runs of it, and a wicket of Andrew. And he will be bowling to In comes Surfaros. And it's a very tentative shot straight into the hands of Sandeep fielding at point. That was a very, very tentative shot. You could tell the batsman was in two minds whether to hit it or not. The loss of 2 early wickets really did put pressure on Grant, who hit it straight to the fielder at point. Well taken by Sandeep. It was straight down his throat. He made no mistake. And HCC sink further. They are 6 for the loss of 3 wickets now. Still a lot of batting to come. We see Matt Webb coming in now. We still have Fahim and Zishan to follow. Really good batsmen to come. The scoreboard pressure is just mounting. And my fellow commentator Harshid is of the opinion that now it's not going to happen for HCC. He seems to have given up for his team already. Yeah, they're claiming no, but it seems clear from their body language that they now think it's really, really hard. And indeed, HCC is making it difficult on themselves. They do need batsmen to get set before they can start hitting. The bowlers are bowling really well, not giving any loose deliveries. So you have to really rotate the strike, take singles and doubles. Those singles are not coming for them. The field is really nicely packed. The bowling is spot on, right in the channel, off stump and slightly outside the off stump on a good length. Batsmen can't really hit it, and they can't really take a single because the offside field is packed again. Really good field setting, and the bowlers are bowling according to the field. Just one fielder, Shri, who is close on the leg side, and we have a long on and a long off. So they are patrolling the long on field, and Hardeep the long off field. Everybody else is closing to stop a single, and this is another tentative shot. Just one bounce to the fielder. Good throw in. Matt was slightly slower coming in. Zarfiros tried to deflect it on the stumps, but missed. That might have been really close. Matt was struggling there for a bit. And again, that you see, he didn't really go for his shot. It was again a tentative push. Not a shot, not a drive. It was uppish and it went on the first bounce to Akash. Might have given him another soft catch, just like Grant did a few balls ago. That's a solid hit now from Glenn. It has ballooned up, won't go to the boundary, but the batsman will probably. NCC really needs some cool heads at this time. Meanwhile, the wind has really picked up. Although the sun is showing now, a good time to come in to Commons to watch some live cricket. grasp on this match right now. And this time he goes for it. Ball is ballooned up again. That was a hoik on the leg side by Glenn. Fortunately for him, it was still short of KSK. So Glenn survives. Matt Webb now. That's a good ball again. Couldn't do anything with it. And that's the end of the third over. Cannons are 10 for the loss of 3 wickets. The run rate really mounting up now. It's gone up to, so they need another 176 runs in about 17 overs. So it's about 10.3 in a over. Satya will continue from the other end. He bowled a really good first over, just 3 runs of it and the wicket, and the big wicket of Daksh. Again, an offside heavy field, 7 on the off, 2 on the on. No chance of a single. Hit straight to Denny. He fields it well. No run. The more overs that go through without a boundary, the more pressure there will be, the more mistakes we could see from Cannons potentially. Somebody will have to bat really, really well if Cannons want to chase this down. Not many batsmen left in the hutch. I can see Zishan padded up. Fahim is also padded up. After that, not many batsmen left. So it's got to be all 4 of these who need to score good runs in order for HCC to pose a challenge to Titans. So in comes Satya, and that's a good ball, but lands outside the pitch. Signal the no ball. Titans won't mind that. They are on top of things right now. They have the match in their grasp. They scored well. They scored some good runs, 186. And they've got 3 early wickets, very crucial wickets for HCC. And that's nicely played, but well fielded by Kaushik. Throws it in for a single. HCC batsmen haven't seemed really confident from the outset. They've been playing tentatively. They've played shots of balls that didn't deserve to be hit. Bucks doing that. And then we saw Grant doing the same thing. Andrew was tentative at the beginning. So all 3 wickets going down to soft shots. That's what pressure does to you. And it's the final. HCC have already lost the first final. If they lose this one, Titans go home with the cup. So that's some added pressure. They know they have to win this game. They're trying hard. But Titans have really been the team to beat these past few weeks. HCC had a really good season. They won most of their matches. But in the final, Titans have really turned it up a notch. Some really, really good performances. And Glenn again showing why he's so good. On the leg side, just flicks it off from the middle and off stump. Gets a single though, no power behind the shot. The ball wasn't there really to hit on the leg side, but that was good timing. So he did get a single. End of the fourth over, it's 14 for 3. Another good over from Satya. And looks like it's going to be Surferose again to continue bowling. Yeah, if something's working, why change it? He's bowling well. So Titans are going to let him ball his third over. Good strategy on their part. They have Halifax Cannons down. Want to make sure they don't give Cannons any opportunity to bounce back. Slight change in field. We see three men on the leg stump now, leg side now, one on the boundary. So it's a 6-3 field now. And the first ball's outside off stump. Glenn slashes at it and misses. Nowhere near the ball. So Rose has been bowling well, and his first 2 overs have been excellent. Starts off the third one nicely. That one would be a no ball. Bounces outside the pitch. Titans players seem pumped, urging their players on. And the camera crashes again. It's really windy here. So something's wrong with the camera. We're trying to fix it. Oh, the battery fell off. When the camera fell down, the battery fell off. So we don't have any signal. Really strong. नहीं स्विमिंग नहीं हो रही अब are back with the sound as well. It's crazy wind down here. It's really crazy. So Purush, if you are listening, the camera fell, and unfortunately, the camera charging pin is not working now. So you'll have to get that one fixed. But we still have enough battery to last us through the match, so we should be good with the match. It's 41 for 4 in 6.3, and Sri Krishna is now bowling his off spinners. Matt and Fahim batting. We have one person holding on to the camera, another holding on to the scoreboard, and I'm holding on to the laptop, hopefully. Meanwhile, Shri has cleaned up Matt Webb, and that's the fifth wicket down for Cannons. They look to be in deep trouble now. Recovery seems to be, well, I should not say impossible, but really, really difficult now. The last recognized batsman, Zishan, is walking in. 41 for 5 in 7. The asking rate is climbing. Another 126 runs to get in 13 overs. Sorry, my calculations seem to be off. 146 runs to get in 13 overs. Pardon me. That's a huge ask now. Very unlikely, unless we see a special knock from either Fahim or Zishan. It's really not likely that HCC can bounce back from this. And Fahim is doing what Fahim does. That was a big six over long on. And Fahim misses it completely. Nowhere near the ball that time. That was well bowled by Sri Kaushik. They've lost many more wickets than they would have liked, Cannons. It's really a last-ditch effort between these two batsmen, Zishan and Fahim. That was well bowled. Fahim was looking for something That is bowled up. It wasn't. It was outside the off stump. So Fahim had to stretch and he totally missed the ball. 3 balls to go in this over. In comes Ricochet. And Fahim goes for it again, but he's off balance. And he misses it again completely. They are putting too much pressure on themselves. The run rate is mounting. It's over 11 runs an over now. They absolutely have to get a boundary every over. Zishan telling Fahim to calm down and watch the ball before hitting. And I thought that was very unlikely that Fahim would listen to him. And exactly, Fahim tried to go the same route again, slash at the ball again, and he missed it again. That's clever bowling by Srikoshik. Probably hitting it straighter might do him good. That was way short. It was really short. Fahim asking for a wide, not getting it. Remember, it has to be over the head to be called a wide. Bowlers are allowed to bowl 2 balls over the shoulder. It's only a wide if it's over the head, and that one was clearly not over the head. End of the over, 47 for 5 in 8. So Jared is here with us. So Jared, how's your leg?
Hey man, the knee is okay. It's pretty tight, and it's an impact injury. So when I hit the ground, it's a hear a pop, and I'm about to fall over. Yeah, it's a lot of pain, but oh well, it happens in sports, right?
Glad you're okay. Shri Krishna to continue, and he will be bowling to Zishan. Zishan has given us some amazing performances throughout the season. Let's see what he can do for HCC today. Under a lot of pressure, HCC are. 5 wickets already down, 47 on the board, 8 overs gone. Titans definitely have an upper hand, but a good partnership here could again see things balancing out a bit. We know both of these players can hit and hit big. 2 overs either way can change the match completely. Saw that earlier with Titans. Halifax bowled a few 2 good overs in the beginning, but then were hit for a few runs in the next 2. But then they again pulled it back when Daksh came into ball along with Shadab. Fahim goes for it. The ball lands short. One bounce to the fielder, and he gets a single. Yeah, Titans are demanding for wickets or sixes. They know if the batsmen try to hit sixes now, there might be chances of catches. 5 fielders on the boundary, 4 saving singles. That was a full toss, and that swept away to Danny at the boundary. Throws in from the square leg boundary for a single. 5 wickets down, and Titans have slowed things down a bit. Cannons are not getting any rhythm in their batting right now. And that's another full toss, and this time Fahim sweeps it over the boundary apparently. That's a 6. That's a good shot. Nobody out there. If you ball a full toss to Fahim on the leg side, it will disappear every time. remaining the ninth over. Fahim will go after it. Steps down the ground, and that's another big six. Well caught outside the boundary by Daksh. The weather is so cold, he must have hurt his hands. But that was a good catch outside the boundary line. That was a big six. So Fahim doing some catching up for Halifax with these two huge sixes. It's 62 for 5 in 9 overs. Let's look at the batting scorecard.
Who is Kaushik? Who's the bowler? Sri Kushik, yeah.
Kaushik will continue. And that's shot. Cut away by Zishan. But that will not reach the boundary. Stop just before the boundary where Akash throws it in. Another double to Zishan. And the umpire is signaling one short run. Zishan saying he did put the bat in, but it's one short run. Full toss, asking to be hit, but Zishan instead deflects it to Denny, no run. We have to remember the Titans were 80 after 12 overs. Cannons after 9.2 overs are 63 for 5. The difference is between wickets. Titans had lost only 2 wickets, 1 wicket by that time, but Cannons have lost 5. So unless these two can string together a partnership, it would be really difficult for Cannons. That's another full toss, but Fahim missed that. That bounced outside the pitch though, so it's a no ball. The bowlers need to hold their nerve now, otherwise Fahim can take them apart pretty quickly. A few good hits, no matter how much score remains, the pressure will be back on Titans. Fahim moving around in his crease, but that was a good ball, almost yorked him, driven to mid-off for a single. Sorry, driven long off for a single. Zishan now, and he misses it. Tries to steer it down to the third man, misses the ball completely. Good bowling by Shikoshik. 66 for 5, 9.4 overs. That was a tentative shot by Zishan. It's not looking too comfortable there. Maybe he's in two minds. Should he go for his shots? Should he just bide his time for now and let Fahim go for his shots? Fahim definitely is not in two minds. He's just going for those. End of 10 overs, 67 for 5. They are in much better place than they were a couple of overs ago. 6.7 their current run rate. But Cannons need another 120 runs or so in 10 overs. So that's 12 an over for the remaining 10 overs. Certainly gettable. We saw that before. Titans were scoring at 15 an over at this point in time. Once you start hitting the bowlers, if the bowlers don't keep their cool, they do tend to offer you either short pitch or full toss deliveries or outside the leg stump. And if they start losing their line, that is when the Cannons can capitalize. Cut away by Zishan. That was a shorter delivery by Sri Krishna. Cannons need Zishan to be firing on all cylinders if they expect to go anywhere near the target. Fahim facing Sri. And that's a biggie. Will it be caught? No, it is not. It lands a few meters outside the boundary. That one went high, really high. No chance for the boundary fielder to reach it. That's another six for Fahim, who's on 22 now of just 15 balls. For 14, 28 or 14 balls, yeah. 28 or 14 balls. That's a strike rate of 200. That's exactly what the Cannons need. Sri Krishna, Fahim goes down the wicket, and that's an even bigger six that lands at least 15 meters from the boundary line. That's a big one. He's in total destruction mode for him, and he's making a solid connection. Two sixes of this over already. Off the two balls that he's faced. It's 81 for 5. Fahim quickly goes on to 34 in no time. That's a good ball, but the same result. This one was much flatter, wasn't hit that hard, but the timing was enough to take the ball out of the boundary for another six. That's three in a row for Fahim. Fahim is on fire. Wow, that is some good hitting. He's moving around in his crease. The bowler doesn't know what he's going to do. And Fahim is taking full advantage of it. Three sixes and three balls. Will we see more? Sri taking his time there. Wants to slow things down a bit. And this time he plays it around his legs. That one was off his pad. Appeal from Sri. Neil is not interested. It did appear to go down the leg side. And it was a much fuller delivery. So Sri gets a respite after three sixes. Just goes for a single. And now Zishan facing up to him. And that's nicely played. That was a full toss on his legs. And that was put away appropriately by Zishan for a six. That's the fourth six of the over. We saw three.
So we were talking about someone losing the spirits. Are we
It,
still talking about it?
so Sagar is now.
Titan, can we use the speaker?
Yep. Sagar asking for speakers. Now he wants to play a few songs for Halifax Cannons. Titans are in no mood to do that now. A few sixes, and Cannons are right back up on their feet. Sri Krishna getting a hammering this over. Better ball this time. Zishan goes back on his feet and pulls it to Danny at mid wicket. Just a single. So four sixes and two singles off this over. That was a huge over, and HCC are back in the reckoning. The sun is out now. According to Sagar, sun's out, guns out. It still remains to be seen how long the guns remain out. But for now, Fahim is batting superbly, and so is Zishan. Zishan taking his time, but he is putting away the bad balls, which is a really good sign for HCC. So we see a change in bowling. Perhaps Akash coming in. He's been bowling consistently as well. Good find for Titans. Right arm off spinner. He will be bowling to Zishan. Checking his field, making sure the boundary fielders are right on the boundary. Zishan is happy to just knock him away towards the offside for a single, wants a second. Fahim refuses it. He wasn't even looking at Zishan. Go back. Fahim wants to hit some more sixes. Akash is a wily character though, so he'll have to watch out. Yep. That was a clever ball, and that's a big wicket for Titans, but they dropped it. That was straight in and out. That's a big, big miss for Titans. And you know what happened here? Maybe when he fell down, his hands struck the ground, and that's followed by a four. So Fahim immediately making Titans regret that mistake. That was a very costly mistake that could prove to be a very costly mistake. That cut by Fahim went straight to the hands of Surfaroz. Seemed to have taken the catch when he went down, but the ball popped out when his hand struck the ground. Missed opportunity for Titans, a great opportunity for Halifax CC. Next ball goes for a four, and let's see what Fahim does now. He'd prefer sixes though. The only shot he tried not to play for a six went straight to the hands of fielder, and Fahim does it again. That's another big six. Over long off this time. Yeah, that's 50 for Fahim. 20 balls for his 50. That was fast. He is dealing only in sixes now. 7 sixes in his 50. Yep, that's 42 of his 50 runs in 60. It's still very windy. The scoreboard falling off again. And you are able to see this live stream partly because Jared is holding on to the camera and preventing it falling off again. It has already fell off twice. Still 2 balls to go. Fahim facing Akash. That was a full toss, and this time it fell short of Shri. One bounce to Shri. Looks like the balls Fahim is not going for a six, are trying to land him in trouble. He's better off just going for his sixes. Last ball coming up. That was nicely bowled, but Fahim was up to the task, and that was a good cut shot. Raced to the boundary, then he couldn't get anywhere near it, and that's another four. Another expensive over for Titans, and Halifax Cannons are making good headway towards the score 110 in 12 overs. Remember that at the same stage, Titans were 80 for the loss of 1 wicket. So that's some hitting by Fahim and Zishan. Good partnership going on, exactly what Cannons needed. They are not out of the game at all. At one time, they did seem to be falling out of the game when Fahim and Zishan came together. But now everyone in Cannons is up on their feet, cheering their players on. Fahim and Zishan doing a stellar job. Some really good hitting against the spinners. So now we see a change in bowling. Shri was taken for 4 sixes in his last over, so he has been taken off, and it's going to be Satya bowling his third over. Satya bowled really well, just gave away 7 runs in his first 2 overs, but now he's bowling against Fahim, who is firing on all cylinders, and Zishan a bit more circumspect, waiting for 4 balls, but Fahim is going all out and getting some good results. That was a direct hit, but the umpire says no. Fahim is in. Fahim wants to face the bowling. He was off in a flash. Zishan was a little hesitant, but Fahim just raced on and he made his ground before the direct throw could land. A bit risky, but everything's okay. So now Fahim will face 4 balls from Satya. Let's see what he plans to do. He only knows one way to bat though. That was a good ball, right in the block hole, but well played by Fahim. Was watching the ball nicely. It's so windy, we see debris falling all over the commons. Harshit is after all the boxes and all the bottles. That's a good shot by Fahim. An excellent fielding at the boundary by Hardeep. Just a single. Hardeep saved 3 runs there. The ball was going as a rocket towards the boundary. Really good fielding by Hardeep. Saved 3 runs for his team. But more crucially, that took Fahim off the strike. Not that it matters. Zishan is on it in a flash, and the ball is across the path at mid wicket in commons. Danny is chasing after the ball to the cycling circle that we have at commons. Still hasn't reached the ball. That one was a big 6. Pure timing from Zishan. That ball has to be fetched from the skating oval. That was a big 6 by Zishan. Pure timing. That was a full toss from Satya, and batsman crossover for a single. Nandu fields. End of the over. It's 119 for 5 after 13 overs. That has been some really good batting by this pair. The last recognized pair for Halifax CC, turning it on in style.
Thank you. Yeah. 119.
Let's look at the batting scorecard. Sorry, batting team 2.
Hardeep,
That's Halifax CC. Really nice batting by Fahim and Zishan.
already. 119. 13.
And now Hardeep is coming into ball. Akash was taken apart by Fahim in this last over, and Hardeep balls a short ball which is pulled away. That's going to be a four. Waiting for the fielder's signal. That is a four. Sandeep takes from the boundary. A really good shot from Zishan. Rocked back on his feet and pulled the short ball away to the fence.
Alright, Saka. Yeah.
Sagar has taken control of the speaker now. And that's been pulled away in the air. But fortunately for Zishan, there was no fielder down there. So it's go through for two. Good running by the pair. Zishan looking to play all balls to the vacant area on the leg side. Hardeep comes in again. Another short ball. But this time it has been cut away to the offside boundary for another four. That's an amazing shot by Zishan. Was cut hard, and despite the slow outfield, that ball raced away to the fence. Another good over for Halifax, who now seem to have the upper hand because the Titans ballers don't know what to do. We have seen four different ballers in the last 4 overs, but everybody has been hit by both Zishan and Fahim. So previously, Fahim was hitting sixes, Zishan was taking his time, but now it seems Zishan has hit his groove. He's got a 6 and 2 fours already in the last few balls he's faced, and that one is a good shot towards the leg side, but they'll only get a single. Nicely fielded by Sandeep. Yeah, Vishal says Cannons will win this now. Well, it's still a difficult game. All that stands between Titans and the victory is Fahim and Zishan's wicket, but they are in total control at this time, so we don't know. Madhuri correctly says, come on Titans, we need to break the partnership. And remember, the partnership was about to be broken when Sarfiroz spilled a catch, and Fahim made them pay for that missed catch by hitting a 4 and a 6 off the next two deliveries. So that's a single to long off. Hardeep continuing to ball. Zishan down on his leg, and he tries to place it to the fine leg boundary. There was an appeal for a catch, but the umpire indicating that it was off his pad. No run of the last ball. So at the end of the 14th over, Cannons are seemingly in control now somewhat with 132 for 5. Another 55 runs to get in 6 overs. So from 12 and over, they have pulled it back to almost 9 and over. It's a really good batting by this pair. And we again see a change in bowling. Sarfiroz coming into ball. So Satya came in and bowled only 1 over. Probably his last over is being saved for the final 2 overs.
Saka, turn it off. Bowler's name?
Surfiroz. Surfiroz.
Oh, Feroz.
Surfiroz is back in the attack. He bowled an excellent 2 overs at the start. He opened the bowling for Titans. Gave away
1-3-2
only
ball team.
about 7
What it said?
runs off his first 2 overs.
Okay.
Uh,
1-3-2. Yeah.
comes in, balls to Fahim. Lets it go. That's a wide down the leg side. Sarfaroz bowled an excellent first 2 overs, but he was taken for a few in his third over. So this is Sarfaroz's last over.
Yeah. Justified.
The batsman tried to steal a single there, but the umpire declared that a dead ball. That's nicely bowled by Feroz. He continues to do what he did in his first 2 overs, bowling a tight line outside the off stump, not giving any space for Fahim to free his arms. And there goes Fahim again, flicks it off his pads. That's a single, more towards the cow corner. So far, Feroz has bowled 2 good balls. Zishan goes for it again, misses, takes a single. Despite the sun, it is still pretty cold out here and very windy. That's good ball, right up in the block hole, and Fahim plays it towards long off for a single. Not getting the balls he would like that he could hit away. Really good over so far from Surfiroz.
What for?
Bowling quite well. Another ball, but this time it was short and it's pulled away by Zishan again for a huge 6. That was a really good shot by Zishan. Leg side seems to be his strength. He's looking to hit towards that direction, and this time the ball just sat up for him to hit it over the boundary for a 6. So Zishan catching up to Tausif quickly. He's on to 40 of just 23 balls. So despite the slow start at the beginning, he's catching up fast. 40. And that's a full toss and he missed. That must be close. Umpire thought for a moment, but then decided the ball was going too much, maybe moving away to the leg side, and Zishan survives.
That was negative. Get the score, guys. Someone get the score.
It's 143 for 5 at the end of 15 overs. It's proving to be a cracker of a match. 5 overs to go. Another 44 to get in 5 overs. That's almost 9 in over. 40, 43, 44.
For 6.
So it's another 43 runs to win in 5 overs. That's about 8.6 and over. So unless Cannons lose 2 wickets, it's going to be really hard for Titans to rein this one in. At one time, the game appeared to be over. when Cannons had lost their 5 wickets for 50 odd. But this partnership has been really good. That's a full toss on the legs of Zishan. He doesn't miss those. And that's been hit away for a 4. It's last over from Satya. He was brought in to rein in the scoring. But the first ball he bowls is a full toss on the pads, dealt appropriately by Zishan. That was pulled away, or rather half swept away for a 4. One bounce 4. This was up there in the slot. Zishan heaved but missed, but the scamper threw for a double. It's really good running by Fahim and Zishan. That's another good shot by Zishan, and that's a 6. That was powered over long on for another massive 6. No chance for the long on fielder to get anywhere near it. That was a powerful strike. That's 50 for Zishan as well.
27 balls,
He's,
four sixes.
he's moved on to 52 of 27 balls of 4 sixes and a couple of 4s as well. He's playing really nicely, and that's driven away beautifully to the cover boundary for 4. Despite the slow outfield, there was no way Danny could stop it. It just raced away to the boundary for a 4. That's some amazing batting by Zishan. Fahim has quietened up a bit in the last few overs, but Zishan has really taken it up a notch. And now he is almost level with Fahim with 56. Fahim is on 58. That is some awesome striking by Zishan. Zishan showing why he's rated so highly these days. He's batting really well. Took his time at the beginning. That's another good shot. And Danny fumbles at the boundary and he lets it go for a 4. That is very un-Danny like. The ball was not traveling that fast when it reached him, but he really fumbled at the boundary. A bit of an awkward bounce, and the ball crossed over the fence for a 4. So that's 2 in a row for Zishan. And Satya's over is proving to be very expensive. Cannons are closing in to their victory, a very unlikely victory at one time when they were 5 down. But really, Zishan and Fahim have taken the bowling apart, and they are now within reach of victory. 4 overs remaining and only 23 runs to get. That's an average of less than 6 an over. Barring a miracle, Cannons really have taken this home. So proving all the pundits wrong who were predicting an easy win for Titans, especially after those quick first 5 wickets. Anything could still happen, but as long as they keep their heads cool in the middle, Fahim and Zishan should be able to take Cannons home. Begin to ball from this side. And we see a change in Hardeep's dancing as well. From Bhangra, he has gone on to a different style now. I don't really know what style it is. It's definitely not Bhangra though. Akash coming into ball to Fahim. And Fahim gently taps it for a single. They know victory is within their grasp. They know don't need to do anything rash here. It's less than a run a ball now. Singles with an odd boundary. could do it. That's really close, and Zishan has been given. That was another heave across the line from Zishan, but that was a good ball, a slower ball. He missed his timing, and he was hit right in front of the stumps. That was pretty plumb, and Zishan is out. Titans get a whiff here. The scoreboard continues to fall, face forward onto the ground. दोनों तरफ लगा दो एक एक विकेट. Well, Titans getting a sniff here. They got rid of Zishan. Shadab comes in.
Just leave it down to after the over, man. It's okay. At the end of the over, we can fix it. They can see the score. Or someone just hold it, maybe.
Somebody needs to hold the
Yeah, somebody needs to
scoreboard.
stand with it.
It keeps falling despite all our efforts to hold it upright by different means.
What's it say, Harshit?
So Harshit has volunteered to stay with the scoreboard. He's holding the scoreboard now, preventing it from falling over. Jared is holding the camera and preventing that from falling over, and I'm holding on to my laptop. So everybody's holding on to something. And Titans is holding on to a hope that they will get another wicket or two here, especially for Heat's wicket. This is really crucial time for both teams. And that's very nicely played by Shadab. Just knocked it around on the leg side, no fielder there, and they get a double. That's 2 runs from the first ball that Shadab faced. Very clever batting. 166 for 6 after 18.3 overs. The wind is really crazy and it's really cold despite the sun coming out. It's still really cold. Hats off to all the players who are still battling it out in the middle. We are gearing up towards an excellent last few overs. That was an overthrow, but Fahim had overshot the batting crease. No way he could come back for a double. And he would actually want to face Akash. He hit him for 2 towering sixes in his earlier over. He might be looking to repeat that. But with Zishan out, Fahim needs to be a bit more circumspect here. Needs to be careful. He decides to go for it and he gets it high. Fielder is coming under it, but he won't get there. That's a massive 6. Fahim gets another 6, and Cannons are that much closer to what seemed to be an improbable victory at one time. Fahim has done an awesome job with Zishan. Zishan just got out, but Fahim continues where Zishan left off. That was a massive 6. Comes Akash, and Fahim tries to be cheeky. Not his style, not something he can really do.
1-3.
And he missed the ball completely. Don't know what he was asking of the umpire. Maybe he wanted a wide. But really, that's a ball he could have played. It was within his reach. Cannot be given a wide.
1-7-3. 17.
Exciting last few overs. Sri Kaushik comes into ball. Shadab smashes it straight to Nandu. No run. So it's 13 to get in 3 overs. Now it's looking easy for Cannons, but remember at one time it was looking easy for Titans too. That's a high full toss. We'll see whether the umpires signal it as a no ball or not. Shadab surely wants it to be signaled as a no ball, but maybe the umpires feel it wasn't above the hips. So it's 2 more runs. That's a good shot by Shadab, who comes in the action. Good fielding by Akash at the boundary. Prevents a certain 4 and saves 3 runs. Just a single off that ball. But that brings Fahim on strike. Let's see what he does now. Fahim decides to go after the bowling. Hits it well to long on, but just a single. Didn't get the timing right on that one.
Actually, just hold it, bro. 9 runs to go, just hold it. Then we can get excited.
He wants to see the match as well.
Now Grant volunteers to try to come and fix the scoreboard so that it keeps standing somehow. This might be a bit dangerous because now the scoreboard is resting against our table. And so if the scoreboard falls over now, all our streaming equipment will fall with it. But let's hope that doesn't happen. In comes Kaushik. And Fahim has a big swing at it. And immediately Shadab starts signaling, don't go for a 6. Just play safe.
178.
They only need singles now. 13 balls remaining. No, 12 balls remaining, 2 overs remaining, and only 8 runs to get. It's Cannon's match to lose now. Don't need anything crazy to happen here. Really? मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ यार. I'll be handing it off to Amit.
Wow, wow. What do we have here in the store, boys? Third and final. That's a boundary. That is a boundary over covers by Fahim. What a knock that is. Oh my God. This is unbelievable cricket. Unbelievable cricket here by Cannons. We have got a final game in windy conditions when the team is down and out. And you can see came back and basically have won the game from nowhere. Fahim 70 of 34 balls, boys. This has been a knock to remember for him. Punches one right to the cover, straight to fielder, throws it back, and with that, SCC only needs 2 runs to win. Wow. Akash to Shadab, who actually tries to slog but just gets the bat in, and with that, the scores are tied. Cannons needing one more to win. And who would have thought that we would be seeing the third final today after Titans had put on 185, boys? This is cricket for you. This is cricket for you. This is HCL finals. Division 1, boys. Akash trying to man cut Shadab, who never left his crease. Who never left his crease. There we go. One more to go. Fahim on strike. Will he finish this game for Cannons? He actually do. That is so unfortunate. That Shadab's run out actually. Hit it back to Akash who missed field. Very unfortunate way to get out. But Shadab Bhai has done his job. After bowling a very economical spell, he has actually now contributed with the bat. New batsman going in, Steve Smith, with just one to go. For a change here we have dancing going on from Cannons players. Cannons president Sagar and his teammate Harshit are doing a bhangra here, celebrating on success. One more to go. Akash getting back in here.
One.
Last ball of the over.
They lost the bail.
Yes, Vishal, cricket is a huge leveler. 1 over, that's all it took. 1 over from Sri that went for 26 runs. That is all that took this chase to put a light on that fire on Fahim and Z. Okay, one more to go, last ball. Will that be it? Let's see. And Fahim beautifully flicks that and throws the bat up in the air and falls. Oh my goodness. Was that a celebration or what? Oh my goodness. Titan guys are running over. See Sagar and Harshit running in there. What an innings by Fahim here. What an innings by Fahim here. He has single-handedly won this game for the Cannons. With that single, he's 72 not out. Titans players are absolutely livid here. And they're walking back in disdain, in disbelief that what just happened here. Super windy conditions here, boys. What a game we had on our... What a game we had to witness here. Oh my goodness. The Titans cheer team is going bonkers there. They were cheering every little ball, and then finally the team put all faith on them. Titans players are walking back here. What a game we have in there. Shri is cheering them up, saying, we got one more game there. But what a comeback, boys. What a comeback. What a comeback by Cannons here. That's all I can say. This game is such a big leveler. You just never know. As long as you have the faith, a team can come back from anywhere. And if you want to see a high level cricket, this was the game to watch. Sorry, as I said that, the chair blew and hit the camera. So the second game here, we're going to be starting soon. Just a quick update on streaming here, the third game, sorry, of the finals, but second game today. The camera currently is 2 points away, like 2 battery points away from going down. Unfortunately, the charger fell and it broke and it's not charging. We don't have another charger in here for the camera.
So the camera's pin broke. So we have the charger, but the camera's pin broke.
Yeah, so the
Camera
the
broke
pin
off.
of the camera broke as per Kuram, our streaming specialist here, and we won't be able to charge the camera. So while we might be able to get you the third game live here, we might not be able to do the full game. But anyway, kudos to both the teams here for an excellent game. We got a third final here now, and the captains are heading out to toss. Um, Obviously, you would say that the momentum is with Cannons after that last game, but this game is such a leveler that you would not know till it's done. With that said, I think the umpires are lining up both the captains, Matt Webb and Nandu. They're heading out basically to witness what we have just witnessed. Oh my God. One of the great games, one of the great finals we have witnessed, and we're down to the third game now. We're gonna take a quick pause here from commentary. Come right back at you. sorry, the